Hey, I'm Shane from Shanesmithlaw. Welcome to this week's case review. Today I'm going to be talking to one of my attorneys, Jason, about one of his recently settled cases, Miss SG. Jason, tell me about Miss SG's case and what happened to her. How did the accident take place?
Yeah, so Miss SG, her accident happened on September 2nd of last year. She was 26 years old at the time. She's 27 now. Basically, what happened was the defendant failed to reduce speed at about 45 miles an hour and rear-ended her in the back. Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, was she stopped or was she driving along and got hit? Do we know?
She was driving along and then just boom, right from behind.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And basically her injuries, she treated with the hospital. And initially it was for cervical radiculopathy. She had acute post-traumatic headaches, tear of left rotator cuff, which was huge.
Yeah.
And I spoke with her earlier today, and she had gone through a series of treatments with Dr. Sonia Passi with Advanced Pain Consultants, and she had injections into her, her shoulder area. And she is saying that she felt, she's feeling a lot better. But this case really focused on trying to maximize what the limits were, which were, $50,000, and she had about $45,000 in medical bills.
Okay.
And there was no underinsured coverage or res rel available. So I was able to speak with the insurance company after a couple weeks, because the MRI of her left shoulder, showed a small tear.
Right.
And that's, from this point on, it's healed up, because this happened back in September of last year. So it kind of healed on its own after the shots.
Okay.
And she's feeling really, really good. And we were able to tender, after 2 weeks of submitting the demand for the limits, $50,000 for the client.
So we got the, so it sounds like in this case, you got the insurance company to pay their policy, all of it. At the time, it sounds like you must have had to work hard to get the case settled, though, because the medical bills were so high. So is that where you had to spend a bunch of your time on this particular case, working with the providers and getting reductions so that it was fair for the client and a good result for her?
Yeah, and a lot of it goes into sort of taking it like a pie approach. We have to make slices for everyone. And, we had a lot of providers take some reasonable reductions, making sure the client had, a good amount of compensation for themselves.
Okay. And overall, we think she's going to heal fine because of the treatment she got on that shoulder. It looks like right now she's going to be able to use it and continue on. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What was something you learned from this case that you'll be able to use to help your future clients?
I think what I learned from this case was that, get them in aggressively, get them in quickly, and make sure that there's a good diagnosis with an MRI or another objective study to show what's going on, especially for the younger clients.
Okay, because that makes it much harder for the insurance company to argue and fight us when we've got, those studies or those films out there.
Correct. Yeah. So as far as, whether it's elongating the process for a couple of, months, if we get them in, get an MRI, show objective findings one way or the other, at least we know how to pursue the case further.
All right. Well, it sounds like you did a good job. You got the insurance company to tender most of their policy, made them pay. And then it sounds like you had to fight with the providers on the back end to get those bills sort of negotiated down so that everybody could reach a fair result or a good result for your client. So it sounds like you did a great job for Miss SG out there. And I'm really happy on that. What I want to just say to our listeners is thanks for listening. Remember, if you're in pain, call Shane, 980-999-9999, or you can order our free book, The Victim Survival Guide to Car Accidents, at shanesmithlaw.com. Next week, we'll be going over another case. Hope to see you there. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Thank you.
980-999-9999. 980-999-9999. Shanesmithlaw. In pain, call Shane.